Today we enter a new meditation. This meditation is done using the breath. You see, breath is an incredible tool for you to awaken energy. And what is energy? What is required to meet the moment and the demand of the moment? You see, the understanding is most often we exist without meeting the demand of the energy of the moment. So if I can remain silent, pay attention to my breathing, I allow myself to breathe in a way that I create an energy within me, the energy as me, to meet the demand at hand. This is what is failed to do by most. Let's say you have a day, you have to do many things, you have to get many things done. Have you prepared yourself for the day comes into question. One of the problems with breathing is it gets stuck to a certain routine. Let's say you are using a particular amount of energy and you breathe to meet that level of energy. And if a demand more than that arises, your breathing doesn't change, it gets stuck to the old system in which it only produces that much energy. Now there's a higher demand becomes available. So what I want you to do is I want you to be able to sit, pay attention to your breathing, just watch the breath going in and out. You may practice master's breath or Boger's breath, but simply paying attention to the breathing and to see, have I met the demand of energy that is needed for the life I need to live out at that moment? And if you give your attention to the breathing, it will adjust the moment it confronts the demand that is at hand. Then simply breathing, you're also collecting energy. This I'm not talking about physical energy. I'm talking about the energy of you, the inner endurance energy. Actually, the you is actually an energy, but it's too far to go for now. The real state of being is an energy-filled state. Now, am I filled with the energy for the demand at hand? So what I'm recommending you to do is to sit for ideally an hour, just paying attention to your breathing, at the same time paying attention to the demand at hand. By this you allow your breathing to change very naturally, and by that natural change it will change and collect the energy that is needed to meet what it has to meet. Most often the state of collapse happens because my energy and my demand does not meet. If I have too much energy and the demand is too small, that too creates a problem because now you have too much energy. This is in a way you become sync with every demand of your life and you have the energy for that demand. For this I want you to be acquainted. I will run a few more meditation on this. I want you to become acquainted to your breathing as you pay attention to your breathing in and out and see with that breath are you becoming aware of the demand at hand, what has to happen. To the advanced student, you must breathe to the creation you are upholding. If let's say you have a creation you are upholding that is going to take a couple of years to actualize. Now do you have the energy to live that creation for that few years? The truth I want you to explore most often, your energy is not matched to the demand. Let's say I'm sitting in the house and I'm resting, I'm beginning to breathe that way, I just generate energy enough for that demand, and suddenly I have to go out and do something, then I suddenly feel I have no energy. I'm not talking about physical, I'm talking about the inner energy, the energy of endurance if you want. Unless you give a few moments for your breathing to adjust in which you are being able to generate the energy for the demand at hand, you would collapse. Most people walk around being collapsed because the energy that is demand to meet the challenge at hand, to meet the life at hand is not present. And this is because the breathing gets stuck to one particular way of breathing and generate only a particular amount of energy. And in this, what happens when your energy and the demand equalize, you will live in rest. There is no strain. Strain is byproduct of the demand of the energy, and you are unable to output, or working without that output of energy creates stress. Now, when the energy demand and the task at hand meets, suddenly you are doing that entire activity in deep rest. This is the first lesson I want you to learn. You have to participate in watching your breathing, staying with your breathing, more so staying in the pause of your breathing, and by this you become adapted to the demand at hand. It could even be a demand of healing, thinking, working. Remember, these are the preliminary lessons of the breathing. So you're simply sitting, watching your breathing, and with that keeping in mind the demand at hand that is here now. And when the demand is met and the breathing aligns itself with the demand, it will generate the energy needed to do what it has to do. So to start off, simply sit 30 to 40 minutes watching your breathing. Just simply paying attention. And you understand, as you watch the breathing, the body is adapting, collecting energy, because it knows the demand that is coming. And once the energy and the demand meets up, you will be in an incredible rest. Much stress, collapse, panic are a byproduct of the mismatch of this in most occasions. So I recommend you 30 to 40 minutes, an hour preferably, just sitting watching the breathing while being in the reality that you are in the phase of life you are in the demand that life is placing on you. And in that you understand your breathing will be able to regulate the energy that is needed for you to do what has to be done. And by this you will act in incredible rest and incredible vitality, incredible beauty. So to contemplate, much of your stress is nothing but the demand and your inner energy state are mismatched. By paying attention to the breathing, you equalize it. And whenever this equalization is total, there's almost a sense of celebration, a sense of beauty, a sense of delight follows. It's a very simple science. Give it a try.